everybody, this is Jody with Jody's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a triple chocolate ice cream. Okay, first it's going to be, I'm going to make some chocolate ice cream. Then I'm going to put in some flavor ribbons of chocolate and then put in some chocolate chips. So it's going to be triple chocolate ice cream, and it's homemade and it's organic. You're going to love it. Okay everybody, let's get started. What we're going to do first is I am going to make my chocolate sauce. It's a hot fudge sauce, and the reason I'm going to make that first is because I need this to cool down before it even touches or gets near my ice cream. So what I got here, and I'm making a pretty good sized batch, and the reason why, because I can. I like lots of chocolate. I'm not going to put it all in the ice cream, but I can tell you this much, I will be using it on top of the ice cream. Yay! Okay, so what I've got here is I've got 1 cup of butter plus 6 tablespoons, and then what I've got here, after that melts, I'm going to add in 2 cups of cream. I've got 1 1/3 cups of sugar, 1 1/2 cups of cocoa. I'm going to need a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vanilla back there. So I'm going to go ahead and focus it more on here. And we got to wait for this to melt. Once this melts, then we're going to add in our cocoa, and then we're going to add in our sugar. Okay, and then once those 3 meld together, then what I'm going to do is add in our heavy whipping cream. So I got to let this melt first. Okay, now what we've got here is our butter has melted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in our cocoa. In case you didn't notice, this is actually how you make ounces. When, you know, some recipes call, well, 6 ounces of bittersweet or bitter chocolate or unsweetened cocoa or chocolate. And this is actually how you make it. In order to make a square, it's 3 tablespoons of cocoa plus 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, I'm going to turn this down because I do not want this scorching. That would be ruining this beautiful, beautiful sauce. Okay, what I'm going to do is get a whisk in here and try to get rid of any lumps that we have, because that's very unattractive. You want those to melt and meld together. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add my chocolate. Now what we're going here for this is to get this sugar to melt. You know, from its granular form. Look how deep and dark that is. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to get even more gorgeous once we put in the cream. I stir it constantly because, like I've said, I do not want this to scorch. It's going to leave lumps. It's going to have a burnt taste. Some people might like that. Not me. Not particularly. So I do stir it more than occasional, quite often. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour in our cream. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. And you want to get out as much that's in that cup as possible, because you do not want to waste this. It's expensive and it's yummy. every little piece. So what I'm going to do is work this all together. It doesn't look like much right now, but it will. It's going to come together. I promise you. Yeah, and I'm using a rubber wire whisk, or rubber whisk, I guess you would call it, because I'm using a nonstick pan, and that works really well. Look at that. It's gonna start coming together. Yeah, you're not going to add the salt or the, until it's almost done, and then you're not going to add the vanilla until you remove it from the heat. Because one thing you have to know about vanilla is it's mostly alcohol, and once it hits heat, it evaporates, including the flavor, everything. So you want to remove it so it's not being cooked out. Look how smooth. Now I've got some air bubbles in there, but look how beautifully smooth that is. As you can see, it's starting to bubble, and that is really what we're wanting. Because you're wanting to get it to like a softball stage. And let me see, let me check my info. Okay, softball stage is between 235 and 245 Fahrenheit degrees. So that's kind of what we're going for, because we want it nice and thick and be able to, congeal and stay together. Basically making a syrup. Trying to keep my camera from steaming up there. It's almost impossible. I'm going to have to get in order for it to not do that. Okay, this is basically what it's going to look like. I mean, look at this, guys. Oh, lovely. This looks amazing, and it smells amazing. You ought to be here. Okay, now I tasted it prior to it cooking up so hot, and found that I'm not going to need that much salt. I do not need a teaspoon. I'm going to go for maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. And I'm going to add our next ingredient, which is our vanilla. Okay, and remember, it's 2 tablespoons. Okay. Gonna stir that up, and now all we got to do is let it cool down and chill completely before we even think about adding it to our ice cream, because this stuff is hot. It's like lava hot. So we'll go ahead and let this cool down. It'll be good. Oh, it just simply smells amazing, everyone. And just wait until you get it, as a flavor ribbon in that chocolate ice cream. Whoa. Okay, we'll be back a little later with how to make our chocolate ice cream.